and great offense.
On the news.
I'll put it on Facebook.
I mean, you won the
What?
championship.
I'll put it on
That
Facebook.
great offensive line was ready, and actually a couple of
My daughter will flip.
absolutely.
Get him to turn around once in a while, then maybe we'll take it from the other side.
They're going to put me on Facebook.
You know, not an issue,
Oh, you're
but the
just jealous.
competition between Schaefer and Kisner. You know, Matt came in and threw a touchdown
Up in
pass
Instagram,
on
you gotta
third
watch
and long.
Hey, I love football.
In a critical
You know what?
situation.
I had my picture taken with Randall.
It definitely makes sense, and it's a good thing that we have always had that, and I think it will continue, even more so with Coach O'Brien.
Well, absolutely. I'll tell you one other thing about this Matt Kisner. I think he showed with a lot of players that the day don't have. Many people may have transferred by the second or third year.
Franco Harris, he's not coming.
Actually, made his turn and had a very good senior year. So this is what I like in both of these quarterbacks. I see
He's going to be there.
pushing each
Then
other.
you put me front row seat. And I mean it. Put me in the front row seat.
Looks like the team is going to rally around Cleveland, which is what we were ready to do.
Oh, you know what? My girlfriend and I followed him all over State College in the 70s. We couldn't find them. We went to every bar.
Follow these guys and you'll find them.
You got to get your autograph signed by him, not these guys.
No, but I got something.
All right, you're the inside.
Hey, I'm going to meet Franco Harris on Friday night.
You're VIP. You are.
I think I read last time there were 4 top 25
Hey, get my
teams
picture with him.
in the Big Ten. So, and that includes, of course, Ohio State and their
Put it on.
quarterback, Braxton Miller, who's an athletic quarterback, a smart quarterback, and also just keeps getting better and making people better around him. Then you have Northwestern that has a great team, and Michigan State, and of course Michigan that went through a quarterback change in the middle of the year last year. And the fact that
Hey, I'm engaged. I'm not married.
Even if you were, who cares?
I wouldn't give a shit.
Quarterback as well. And,
I like Kid Rock. You know what? I saw him 4 times, and I tell you what,
readiness and preparedness. So, the defense has
I
to be
fell in love with that
some
guy.
people that are
I went home, Chuck looked at me, and he goes, let me take you to Detroit. And I said, yeah, if you want to.
No,
he's not.
We have a number of people ready to go. Our linebacker crew, we got Earl, and we got Carson. Those guys are ready to go. And it's just going to be a matter of Penn State offense keeping the defense off the field. And I think we have that this year.
I think that's a great point you just brought up, Stephen. That our offense keeping the defense off the field until there's some cohesiveness in our defensive front. We're losing a lot on the front seven, as you had mentioned. So the offense, I think with the coaching that O'Brien brings and his staff, the offense will certainly be able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm looking forward to also seeing how the linebackers come in and a lot of the leadership that they're showing. I'm sure they're showing.
Hey, get ready. I'm getting ready.
Howard and Carson that they played, they're beyond solid. And of course, look who they came out after last year. And those guys, just tremendous players. Marty and Hodges, just great players.
Yeah, we got to credit some of that to also the coach. Dan Brown, he's been here for quite some time. He's done a great job with a lot of the linebackers over the last. I think he's been here.
You already got him. You got him.
So those guys have been ready because they prepare a certain way. There's a mentality that comes with playing that position. And we go out there and recruit those type of players. And you see year in and year out, we have some of the top linebackers in the country, and it's because of coaching. You got to have some ability, but then you have to have rough edge and then the coaching. So I put those 3 things together, you're going to get a well-rounded, solid linebacker. He's going to, play but you also need that guy to be on the edge a little bit too, to take some chances, to make some things happen. That's what a lot of the great ones do.
And that's a 4-2-5, I guess, we're running close to everyone else. And that thing is, if you have two middle linebackers, you have to have a very good linebacker, and you have to have a dominating one that goes sideline to sideline as well.
Absolutely. Without a doubt, we're going to need one, at least one to go sideline to sideline. And there's been times when you can have two guys in the middle, and once they become cohesive and learn to play off of one another, and that double middle, dual middle linebacker begins to seem like it's just one person in there getting the job done. I believe that we'll reach that point.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll tell you what, Skip, I'm looking forward to that. Looking at the D-line, look very stout. Secondary, I think we have Reese Williams, Kylie, I think his name is. They got some really good players, and I'm looking at of course, Deion Barnes just ready to have a bang-up year, number 18.
Yes, I think he's going to, continue with his play and, move forward, move that unit, forward. And that's what you need. You need some guys with some experience and some leadership. And that's the thing that you look for. When you have a lot of guys that have to be forced into action in some cases with the guys that left last year. Now those guys got a chance to get a year experience under their belt. Right. They was called on earlier, so now they're going to mature faster and get used to the speed. Get used to the speed of this game at this level, and they're going to continue to get better. We just got to be, careful, and we got to do a great job as alumni to make sure that we're out here trying to motivate and reach out to young players that's going to be coming in next year. Because when we drop down in these scholarships, it's going to be hard for us to keep playing with this type of confidence in this era where, the Big Ten is, it's a bang-up league. So you got to make sure that we got to get some guys that's going to come on as walk-ons that can come in and fill some of those spots where we normally would have scholarships for that we will no longer have for a couple of years. So we got to go out there as alum and pound the pavements and find some good players coming as walk-ons.
But when we went in and talked to Coach this spring, you could kind of tell that he was thankful, yet he knows what's coming. Yes. And this is going to be a real challenge for the Penn State, and I hope everybody's a fan and knows anybody who loves football. Talk to people about coming around Penn State. But, we touched on a little bit earlier, the coach playing the best player. Penn State's really having to shift the way things are working, but I think it's for the better for the way it's going to turn out in the end.
Yes, in the long run, it's the calm before the storm. We were a great, organization. We had dipped because some reason, but definitely it's on the incline. But we just have some road peaks and valleys that we have to get over. And once we get over it, I think everybody's going to see the Penn State of old.
Absolutely. The key word that you said about 4 times in that statement, we. And we have to, that chant that galvanized this entire state, we are Penn State, we have to really come together with the former players and the community, and we've got to talk to our high school athletes that actually may be able to get a scholarship but can afford to pay in-state tuition here. Hey, really benefit you to come and take a position on the field here without a scholarship. How will you feel about doing that? There's Penn State is recruiting 2 guys from my high school. One, they're both playing linebacker now. One's going to be a defensive end in college, but Kansas is recruiting him as a move man, an H-back, and he's really excited about that. Right. But Penn State, we know that he's a defensive end, but he actually his upside, he can do both. So I was just there last week talking to him about Penn State.
Well, his mom can't go out to see him in Kansas every week. There you go. We got a better shot at a shorter distance. Most times guys coming out, they don't want to go too far from their parents. So hopefully we can convince them to stay local and help out if they can afford that nut, and it will definitely help the program moving forward. And I'm quite sure we're going to get some of those guys because we had a lot of great walk-ons that come onto this program and turn out to be great, outstanding players. Indeed. So with the way this whole recruiting and football camps over the summer, I tell you, it's really going to, you know, it changes the whole game. So we got to make sure. Yes, yes.
Well, Chris, you know, you mentioned about that chant, you know, we are Penn State, but there's a new one that's going to be coming about now, and it's called We Are Forever Lions. Indeed. The new chant that's going to be going about, and that's what we are. You know, we're actually going to be bringing the locker room, the practice, and game conversation to radio like never before. That's what the Forever Lion Network's about. So if you're out there and you're involved with social media, friend us at facebook.com/foreverlions. Our website's foreverlions.com. Tune in each week as we bring you the best of Penn State football past, present, and future on the Forever Lion Network.
Hey, Blair.
And we'll be right back after these short messages. Which one?
Number 2. There you go. Farthest on the left. The farthest on the left. Number 2. Yeah.
I have no idea. These are 15.
Oh, yeah.
Blair was trying to be you for a minute. You gotta watch that. Blair was trying to be you for a minute. You guys were very
Too hard. We used to do that.
Yeah. When the girls
I forgot my cowboy helmet.
Take care of this guy here for me, all right?
I was going to bring my cowboy helmet. My wife forgot. Sign the cowboy.
This market's dying.
One more hour.
Life in prison is also a possibility. Evan Thanks, the U.S. soldier who pleaded guilty to murdering 16 civilians in Afghanistan, gets life in prison with no chance of parole. Military jury's decision the day after Staff Sergeant Robert Bales apologized for those killings. His guilty plea took the death penalty off the table. The president's two-day bus tour rolls into Pennsylvania this hour. He's been mixing talk of college costs with criticism of Republicans. Fox News Radio's Mike Makowitz live at the White House.
The president's plans to overhaul college financial aid will take some cooperation from Congress, something he's had trouble managing. In Binghamton, New York, the president said Republicans seem less interested in actual governing and taking practical strategies.